Costa Rica, Haiti, Curacao. This is a good group. This is a really good group. So what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich, and as you can tell from the title, I'll be letting you guys know my Concacaf Nations League predictions. I'm gonna let you know the teams that I think are gonna get relegated, the teams that are gonna get promoted, and the teams that are gonna go on to the semifinals, finals, and who I think is gonna win the first ever Concacaf Nations League tournament. So guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy. I'm gonna be doing this in a more relaxed fashion because I have my cell phone right here, and I'll be going through the groups, and I'll let you know who I think is gonna top the group or come in last. It's just that simple. I will elaborate on a few teams, the teams that are actually knowledgeable about, but some teams, guys, most of us don't know a thing about it. They're so like weak, and not to diss the teams and call them weak, but guys, come on, you know what I'm saying. It's some very small Caribbean islands, and they rank very low in the FIFA rankings. So the Concacaf Nations League is similar to the UEFA Nations League, and I covered that, so I have a lot of knowledge about how the tournament is set up and everything. But this time it's not UEFA, it's Concacaf. And sooner rather than later, we will be seeing more confederations pulling out their own Nations League. So I'm pretty excited about this because the Gold Cup came and went, and I love the Gold Cup. And I see that you guys love international football within the CONCACAF region as well. So guys, without further ado, let's just predict this. Let's predict this. The tournament starts on the 6th of September. It runs all the way until June 2020 when we will see the 4 teams in the finals. Well, when I say finals, I mean the semifinals, and I think there's a 3rd place match. It's called the final. So next June, we will have that. Okay. So guys, there are 41 teams competing in the Nations League, and they are all grouped into 3 different leagues. League A, which consists of the 6 teams from the last World Cup hex and the highest ranked teams from the CONCACAF Nations League qualifiers. So we will be seeing some teams in League B that does not really belong to League B, and teams from League A, and you're like, how did that team end up in League A? And so on and so forth. So that's the beauty about the CONCACAF Nations League. Teams could get promoted and relegated. And the fact that CONCACAF will be using FIFA rankings to determine the hex, the CONCACAF Nations League is very important. Like, every match has an importance. Like, there's no dead rubber. You need points because you want to go up the FIFA rankings in order to end up in the hex next year, June. So every game in the Nations League is crucial. Every single international friendly going forward is very crucial for especially teams like Jamaica, El Salvador, and Honduras. Mexico, Costa Rica, and USA, you know, they have a bit of slack, but the other teams that are on the periphery of falling out of the hex, they have to be very careful. So guys, without further ado, let's get into this. I don't want to keep talking. So let's start from League C, where we have the minnows, of course. So in League C, we have groups A, B, C, and D. Groups D has 3 teams, C has 3 teams, B has 3 teams, and A has 4 teams. So no team could get relegated from League C, of course, because it's the bottom league. There's nowhere you could go. There's nowhere. It's like the bottom. It's like the bottom. You can't go down. So let's start from Group A, where there's Barbados, Cayman Islands, Saint Martin, the French one, and US Virgin Islands. Guys, oh man, these teams are really weak, I'm telling you. So I'm gonna go for Barbados to top that group, definitely. Barbados, as you guys could remember, fielded an ineligible player, maybe 1 or 2 for the CONCACAF Nations League qualifiers, and it ended up hurting Montserrat because the game that they fielded the players in, it was awarded the win to, I think it was Guiana, so it kind of screwed Montserrat. So hopefully Barbados won't come back with ineligible players. So Barbados to top that group. I'm gonna go for Cayman Islands to come in 2nd. Let's say US Virgin Islands 3rd and Saint Martin 4th. And we're gonna move right along. We don't need to elaborate on these teams at all. Group B, Bonaire, the Dutch island, Bahamas, 1,000 or so islands make up the Bahamas, and the British Virgin Islands. I'm going to go for Bonaire to top the group, Bahamas to come in second, and British Virgin Islands to come in third, just in the order that they are. So Group C, Guatemala, Puerto Rico, and Anguilla. So I'm gonna go for Guatemala to advance from League C and go up to League B. They ended up in League C because they were banned from the Nations League qualifiers, so they are now back and they were placed in the bottom league. But Guatemala is way better than this. They're actually probably, let's say, the strongest team in League C. So second, I'm gonna go for Anguilla, and third, Puerto Rico. So let us move on to Groups D. So Guadeloupe, Turks and Caicos, and Saint Martin. I'm gonna say Guadeloupe because there's a lot of really good players come out of Guadeloupe, go to France, and even ended up making the French national team. But for those who didn't transition so well, they play for Guadeloupe, so they have a pretty decent team. Second, I'm gonna say Turks and Caicos, and third, Saint Martin. So Guadeloupe, Guatemala, Bonaire, and Barbados will be promoted to League B next time around. So let us move on to League B, and it's gonna get a little interesting in League B because there's more familiar teams in this league. So let us start with Group A. But first, in this league, Groups A has 4 teams, Group B has 4, C has 4, and D has 4. Okay, so all the groups in this league has 4 teams. Let's start with Group A. So, in Group A, there's French Guiana, St. Kitts and Nevis, Belize, and Grenada. French Guiana, pretty decent team. They were in the 2017 Gold Cup, I can recall. St. Kitts, Nevis, Belize, Grenada, all mediocre teams to say the least. So, it will be very hard to determine who will come through this group, but I'm gonna say French Guiana. St. Kitts and Nevis, very decent, you know, players as well. Some of them based overseas. I'm gonna go for them coming in second, Belize third, and Grenada fourth, in the exact order that it's crazy, right? So Grenada will get relegated and French Guiana will get promoted to League A. On to Group B, El Salvador, Dominican Republic, St. Lucia, and Montserrat, the infamous Montserrat. So to top this group, could Montserrat top this group? I think Montserrat did play against El Salvador and they lost, or they picked up, I can't quite recall, but this Montserrat team has shown potential. I'm gonna go for El Salvador top in this group though. They did really well at the recently completed Gold Cup, and I think they're showing a lot of promise. They are currently top 6 in the Concacaf region as well, so gotta show them the respect, and I'm gonna predict El Salvador to top this group and get promoted to League A. Second, I'm gonna go for Montserrat. I won't underestimate this team. I'm gonna say Montserrat second. Third, I'm gonna give St. Lucia some respect and say St. Lucia coming third in this group. And at the bottom, Dominican Republic to get relegated to League C. Well, if their best players want to go and play for Spain, well, what else? What do you think? So, anyways, let us move on. Group C, Jamaica is in this league, League B. Jamaica, I think, should be in League A, but they didn't do too well in qualifiers, so they ended up in this league, which is League B. So there's Guyana, Antigua and Barbuda, and Aruba. Aruba isn't as good as Curacao, and you know, Bonaire isn't as good as Curacao, but you know, still decent, still some decent players. To top this group, guys, Jamaica. They will go on and get promoted to League A. Second, guys, I'm gonna give it to Guyana. They were pretty impressive, despite not winning games in the Gold Cup, but they showed some promise, and I really like the look of that lineup, and I think they will come in second. They won't gain promotion, you won't see them in the Hex next year, but they are a team that's showing progress. Antigua and Barbuda third, and Aruba fourth. Let us move on. So Aruba will get relegated. Group D, Nicaragua, Suriname, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, guys. That is where I'm from. That's my country. Okay? And Dominica. To top this group, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'm gonna go for St. Vincent, and I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. There's no way St. Vincent is gonna top this group. No way. It's not happening. I'm gonna go for Suriname to top this group, actually. They have some very, very talented players, and I'm not so impressed with Nicaragua. They lack the striking force going forward. So I'm going to go for Suriname to top the group, Nicaragua to come in second, St. Vincent and the Grenadines third, and Dominica last, and they will get relegated to League C. So that's a wrap for League B. So the teams promoted and relegated are: for the relegated teams, Dominica, Aruba, Dominican Republic, and Grenada. The teams promoted: Suriname, Jamaica, El Salvador, and French Guiana. So let us move on to League A, the easiest one to predict, or at least that's what I think. So League A, 4 groups of 3, guys. 4 groups of 3. The most powerful teams in Concacaf according to the qualifiers and the hexagonal. So let us start with Group A, where we have USA, Canada, and Cuba. USA made it to the finals of the recently concluded Gold Cup, and we know that the USA are one of the best teams in CONCACAF, second highest rank behind Mexico. So I'm gonna go for USA to top this group. They have to top this group. If they fail to top a group with Canada and Cuba, like, what are you doing? It will be a big failure. As Football Pharaoh said, 2019 will be seen as a big failure for the USA if they fail to top this group. Like, they should get all the points, all 12 points in this group. Coming in second, Canada, of course, Cuba third. Cuba and Canada played each other in the Gold Cup, I think. Yes, they did, right? And Cuba got battered. So no way I think Canada is placing last. So Cuba last. Cuba, not a very good team. Not a very good team. Don't deserve to be in League A at all. But it would be very, very nice for them to play games against the USA and Canada. So USA to top, Canada second, Cuba third, relegated to League B. Group B, Mexico, Panama, and Bermuda. I like this group. I really, really like this group because Bermuda showed a lot of promise at the Gold Cup. Panama, guys, we know what they can do. They qualified for the last World Cup. And Mexico, the most powerful team in CONCACAF. So I'm going to go for Mexico to top this group. Guys, could Bermuda topple Panama? Could they pick up some points here? Could they pick up a point against Mexico, you know, maybe underestimating them playing a weaker 11? It's possible, but I'm not going for Bermuda to come in second. I'm going for Panama, Bermuda third, relegated to League B, where I think they will be better suited. So Mexico first, Panama second, Bermuda third. For Group C, Honduras, Trinidad and Tobago, and Martinique. This is also a very, very tricky group. Honduras not going through a good period at all. Trinidad struggling. Martinique, they look bright. Martinique looked bright at the Gold Cup. So if they could bring in all their players that's based abroad, they will be a force to be reckoned with in this group. Topping the group, I'm going to go for Honduras. Coming in second, I'm going to show Trinidad and Tobago the respect and say they place second, and Martinique third in this group. So if I said Trinidad last, I know someone would have commented and said I don't like Trinidad. Like, I don't know why people think I don't like Trinidad. I have nothing against Trinidad and Tobago. But anyways, Honduras, Trinidad and Tobago, and Martinique last in the group. They will get relegated. So Group D, the final group in League A. Costa Rica, Haiti, Curacao. This is a good group. This is a really, really good group. Oh man, could Haiti top this group? Could Haiti top this group ahead of Costa Rica? It's quite possible. It's quite possible. Curacao, man. Curacao, guys. Oh man. They were so impressive at the Gold Cup. Curacao. Damn. Guys, this one is hard. This one is the hardest one because Costa Rica hasn't been so impressive. But I will, oh man. And Haiti has been really good. And with the fact that some of their players who couldn't travel to the USA are going to come back into the fold, there will be an even stronger unit. But I think the pressure of the tournament, you know, made Haiti play a lot better. This is also a tournament, but it's still a tournament spanned over months. So the intensity may lesser. So, oh man, this one is really hard, guys. This is hard. This is hard. But I have to go for a left field prediction in this group. This one is really hard. This one is hard. Damn. Curacao were really good in the Gold Cup. It's hard to predict them to place third. Haiti, really good as well. It's hard to predict Haiti to place third. I'm telling you guys, they made it to the semifinals, the semi-freaking final. You know what I'm saying? Guys, oh man. This one has been the hardest one. You know what, guys? You know what? I'll say Costa Rica, Haiti, Curacao. Curacao will get relegated. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people from Curacao will be looking at this, but I gotta give you guys something to talk about down below. So Costa Rica, Haiti, Curacao in the exact order. So Curacao relegated, Martinique relegated, Bermuda relegated, Cuba relegated. Going on to the finals, the USA, Mexico, Honduras, and Costa Rica. Who will win? Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. My first guess, I'm gonna say Mexico. Mexico, they will go on and win it. It's hard not to predict Mexico to win a Concacaf tournament, though. Seriously. And we may even end up seeing a USA versus Mexico final. Costa Rica, Honduras in the third place playoff. So I'll say Mexico, USA, Costa Rica, Honduras fourth. So guys, that's my predictions for the inaugural Concacaf Nations League. I know it's not a long video, but if I had to go in depth with these teams, guys, it would have taken me 1 hour. And guys, I know you don't have that time, and I don't either. So I'm your boy Dominic Rich. If you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button, smash the thumbs up button, and in the comment section down below, let me know which team you'll be supporting for the Concacaf Nations League. So until next time, I like to say peace out, Rich Squad.